good afternoon, Neha ma'am. Welcome to our show, Thoughts on Education. Neha ma'am, as you have 18 years of work experience into the educational field, right? So now you are the leader and the director of SSBF. So we would like to know more about the pointers and the philosophy behind the leadership.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka, for inviting me. So when I have heard Albert Einstein speaking once that the more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. So there are several leadership styles which are prevailing, and when it comes to philosophy of leadership, I usually believe in the transformational form of leadership, wherein we usually focus on inspiring and motivating the team members, people around us, to achieve their best potentials. So the vision of Symbiosis International University is promoting international understanding through quality education. And the mission, which has been there since last 50 years, is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that the world is one family. So we all at Symbiosis International University work in that direction and work in that philosophy that we have to treat everyone as our family. And when you treat everyone as your family, you take care of them very well. Any of these stakeholders. So it can be our students, it can be our faculties, our staff, our members, we treat them equally. We keep them motivated and inspire them to do good in work. So that's the philosophy which we follow. There can be n number of other ways wherein I can quote that we believe in ethical value system, ethical value-based learning. We believe in spirit of national development. We also believe in global competencies. So in totality, we believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Amazing. So ma'am, like you have mentioned most of the pointers which are really important in education system, right? So I also wanted to know more about education system in India and how's the education system in Symbiosis right now?
Okay. So as I said that our vision is promoting international understanding through quality education. Priyanka, believe me, education system internationally also believe in giving quality education to their students, but then they are more driven through technology. At Symbiosis and in India, in totality, we are moving towards the AI-based education system. We are moving towards education with technology. So we have enabled n number of technologies when we talk about education during the session, before the session, after the session. There are n number of places where technology these days are playing a very important role. We are also working towards quality education with the rigorous academic programs, which is across. So multidisciplinary approach, which NEP, the new NEP policy which we have is also focusing on, and Symbiosis in totality is also focusing on the same. So rigorous academic schedule programs we work on. Global networking is something where Symbiosis is working strongly, and we believe that the students should get a good exposure, not across the domestic boundaries of the country, but beyond that. We are also working, and that is something which is very different and innovative, Priyanka, that we are working towards collaboration is the key these days. You can't work alone. You have to have some kind of collaboration. So we are working with cultural exchange. We are working for collaborations. We are improving our personal connections. We are getting more academic opportunities from different places. So keeping all these things in totality, these are the areas where Symbiosis is working, and I would like other academic institute also to think in these directions. Because if you don't collaborate these days, you can't move ahead. So collaboration is a key point, is a pitching point which each and every academic institute should look for.
Right. So ma'am, when you talk about collaboration, there is one important and major factor where students face a lot of challenge. That is nothing but the industry and education bridge or the gap, right? So how SSBF fill up this gap for their student, and how do you mold your student to be compatible or be achievable in the industry line?
Okay. This might not be very different. I assume that these days all the educational institutes, especially higher education institutes, should focus on, and they might be focusing, but I would like to emphasize on a couple of things. We have a robust advisory board, and my advisory board consists of people from the industry. So SSBF is very niche, Priyanka. We are into MBA in banking and finance. And with this year, we are introducing fintech as a specialization. So we need to be on toes with industry because
Right.
one, we are niche, and second, we are in an industry which is again a very volatile industry. Banking and finance is very, very volatile. So we keep in mind that all those members who are there in the advisory board belong to the industry, and they help us out to connect with the industry very well. So any kind of program which we float for the student, whether it's a workshop, whether it's a certification, whether it is an internship or a life project, we discuss with our advisory board members. The advantage is they give their practical viewpoint to those, and that help us to develop that course very well. So that is one. And I think every institute should have a good, strong advisory board which should consist of people from the industry. The second important thing, Priyanka, which SSBF is doing is working more on professional certifications, professional workshops. So when I say that we have introduced fintech as a specialization in banking and finance, we realize that fintech industry is driven by n number of softwares or virtual language like Tableau, Python, Power BI. So we are making our budding manager equipped with all these kind of things. So we are organizing certificates and workshops for the students. Adding to that, the most important thing is these days students learn more from the activities which are being conducted. So we have simulation workshops here. We have our simulation labs here. We have Bloomberg Lab. Recently, we have tied up with NSC Academy for the smart lab which they are providing, so that the students get a hands-on exercise on how, because whenever you talk about something, it can be learned better if the student or anyone is being given an opportunity to do by themselves. So we believe in the same, and we are doing n number of activities where we provide them a platform so that they can perform on that platform. So simulation activities, research and innovation activity, case study driven activities. These are few things which regularly, continuously at SSBF we do. So you will not be surprised, Priyanka, to know that in a semester, every week, at least 2 to 3 industry experts are on campus. So we make sure that industry experts come, interact with the batch. They share their practical experiences with the batch, help them to understand that what industry wants and what are they getting and where is the gap. And if there is some gap, then in collaboration, we have to work in that direction. One more interesting thing SSBF is doing. So to bridge this gap, so SIU has a legacy of programs, and it is there since last 50 years. So they have strong alumni connect, Priyanka.
Right.
So we on regular basis call alumni also on board, because when it comes to hear from your own senior, super senior, the student take it more seriously. So we call alumni on board on regular basis. They interact with the students. They help students to understand that what mistakes they have done, the current batches should not do, and what is the industry looking for, how the industry is changing shape, and what you need to do. So all these collaborative efforts, Priyanka, help us to do n number of things and make us little different from others.
Right. So, ma'am, as you said that SBSF also have this fintech, right, which is huge in demand right now. This is something unique which Symbiosis or your college is providing to the student, right? So, I also would like to know that what should be the priority of the universities or the institutes which they should keep in mind before starting off any new program or new courses?
Okay. We'll take it in a different way, Priyanka. I would not term it as a priority, but I think the universities should look towards diversity and inclusion. So creating an inclusive and diverse campus environment is a key priority. University should strive to provide a welcoming atmosphere for students from various backgrounds, ensuring that all of them should have an equal access to the education and opportunities. So diversity and inclusion is one which every university, every institute should keep in mind. Then sustainability and environmental responsibility. That is also something which is the best practice for us also. So you should keep in mind that the students, along with learning academics, should also learn that how sustainability and environment play a important role. So eco-friendly practices, how you can have a better world-class campus, which is eco-friendly campus. So all those things also play an important role. Wherein I started saying that technology integration, that is important, innovation and research play an important role. The university and the institute should look into that, how academic innovations they are bringing in. So whatever is a demand in the industry, is that portion there in your program structure, in your program syllabus? If it is not, then you should every year you should at least meet industry people 3 to 4 times to understand that what is the industry requirement, because industry is shaping up, it's changing. I said networking is the key. Until and unless you network with the people in the industry, you cannot grow, and it will be a collaborative growth. So if you give them what they need, they will come back to your institute and say, okay, you have given us the best bunch of budding managers, we are looking forward for more. So that is something which should be the priority. We are health-driven industry, so university. So our priority is also health and well-being. So both physical health and mental health. So we not only believe in academic excellence, Priyanka, we believe in holistic development of a child. Academically, you might be very strong, but if holistic development is not happening, we are lagging behind somewhere. So we believe in the mental health part of the students also. So we do many exercises on campus. We have mental health ambassadors on campus, wherein we take care of that also. That is also important. So keeping all these small things together, I think the top priority should be global engagement, diversity and inclusion, sustainability, innovation and research, and the topmost priority, which is for SIU, is taking care of physical and mental health of these students.
Amazing. Ma'am, one last question for you is that, do you have any message to the youth of this generation that you would like to pass on?
Okay, so you are asking a director to give a message in 2 minutes, which is difficult, but I'll try my level best to give some message to the youth. So all those who are listening to us, and if you belong to Generation Z or Millennials, I am sure you might have heard a number of people speaking about learning, unlearning and relearning. I totally believe in that. We are in that VUCA world, students, wherein you have to remember that once a thing learned cannot be implemented lifelong. You have to learn, unlearn and relearn as the industry demands. Learning should be a continuous process. You can never say that I have learned and my education is done and now I'm an MBA or a PhD and no more learning is going to happen. No. Learning is lifelong. It's continuous. If you keep on learning, you will grow the ladder. Once you stop learning, there are others who are coming and they might take your place. So I have a humble request to my millennials and Generation Z students that keep on learning, keep smiling, make work-life balance, take things one at a time. Don't take pressure. It's a cross, but don't take it and enjoy life.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Neha, for your time and giving us all the good thoughts on education.